Good morning, everyone. We're ready to start our events today, and we are thrilled to start with Governor Nathan Deal of the state of Georgia. In anticipation of that, I just wanted to make sure that you've all come from your exhibit booths to the center area. We're asking you to do that for security purposes. So please join us in the center area and grab a seat, and we are about ready to start. So thank you all for joining us at the Southern Automotive Conference. This has been our best ever in terms of attendees and sponsors and exhibitors, and hope all you exhibitors and sponsors are walking away with great deals and business contracts, because that's what we really put this event on for. So without any further comments, I would like to introduce Julio Gonzalez, who is one of the founding directors of Gamma. He is president of ARCAL, and he will introduce Governor Deal. So thank you for your attention.
Morning, everyone. My family and I have lived in this great state of Georgia for over 22 years. And throughout that time, I've seen this state grow in unimaginable ways. More importantly, I've seen our great governor, Nathan Deal, tackle whatever necessary for the benefit of Georgians. Today, Governor Deal is again with us in support of Georgia's first Southern Automotive Conference and the automotive industry. And although he's achieved a tremendous amount of success for this great state, none stands out to me more than the fact that he has led Georgia to become the #1 state in the nation for business for 5 years in a row. That speaks volumes about our governor. Governor, I personally want to thank you for all that you've done for this great state, for all our families, for all our industries. And we wish you Godspeed in your future. Without further ado, I ask you to please join me in welcoming Governor Nathan Deal.
Good morning and welcome to the state of Georgia. I'm pleased that your conference decided to come here. This is a great facility, as you can already tell, and we have a large number of exhibitors, and I want to thank them for taking the time and being present to talk with all of you and for you to have a chance to see what is going on in our state. As was indicated, we're very proud of the fact that we have been designated now for the second time by a second rating agency as the #1 state in which to do business for 5 consecutive years. It started with Site Selection magazine back in 2013, and then most recently, Area Development magazine completed their 5th year of assessment for Georgia being #1. Now that's, of course, in an overall picture, but the automotive industry is one of those very rapidly growing segments of our economy, and we're very pleased with that. We think we have a lot of ingredients that make that possible. In fact, over the last 5 years alone, Georgia has located some 97 automotive-related companies to our state, creating roughly 7,400 new jobs. We also have more than 300 automotive-related facilities that have manufacturing operations in our state. There are a lot of ingredients that make all of these components work, and in deciding where to come, we believe that Georgia is an ideal place for you to be. If you're not already here, we would invite you to come. But we think it's the ideal place for a number of reasons, both geographically located, and it is truly sort of in the heart of the automotive industry, which has had a real resurgence in the southeastern part of the United States. We have the fastest growing port on the eastern seaboard, and that is the Port of Savannah. And we have the Port of Brunswick, which I understand is the largest place of import and export of finished automotive products. And we're very proud of that. We have 6 automotive companies that have their headquarters in Georgia: Cox Automotive, Genuine Parts Company, Mercedes-Benz USA, Novelis, Exide Technologies, Porsche Cars North America. And we're very pleased that they have decided Georgia is the best place to have for their home offices. Now, Mercedes-Benz, we were very pleased to have them move to our state a couple of years ago. And for those of you who are football fans, hopefully you will come back for the next Super Bowl, which will be held in the Mercedes-Benz Stadium here in Atlanta. It is a beautiful stadium. In fact, one of the little quirks about it is, I am told, is that you can see it from outer space. And they put a picture from the space station of Mercedes-Benz, and their logo is visible even that far away. So we are pleased that they are an integral part of our state and are continuing to grow with us. Porsche Cars North America, it is their North American headquarters. Perhaps some of you came into the Atlanta Hartsfield-Jackson Airport. Their facility is on the south side of that airport. They have a test track there, and my staff said, well, you can tell them that they ought to try out that test track because that's the only place they can drive a vehicle at that kind of speed without getting a super speeder ticket. So if you're interested in doing that, I'm sure that they would be more than welcome to have you there. Now, there are a lot of things that it takes, and I'm going to be brief, a lot of things that it takes to be successful in business, as all of you know. And it's also important that a state do its part to help you be successful. I want to thank our technical college system and Matt Arthur, who is our director of our technical colleges. They do a great job. A component of that is our Quick Start program, in which we train workers for companies that are coming or expanding in our state. It is recognized as perhaps the best such program in the United States. Several years ago, I asked the question of our leaders in industry and our leaders in our educational community, are there jobs in Georgia that we don't have enough trained Georgians to fill them? And the answer came back, yes. And that was in the height of the Great Recession. So we began to focus on that. We now have what we call a Hope Career Grant, where if an individual will pursue a degree at one of our technical colleges, the state will pay 100% of their tuition for them to do so. They are virtually guaranteed a job when they graduate. In fact, the latest statistics show that about 88.3% of those who get a diploma or a certificate find a job in the specialty area that they were trained for. But even if they didn't get one in that area, 99.2% of them had a job. Now, I don't know of any other training program that can boast that kind of statistical success. Let me give you an idea of what some of those Let me give you an idea of some of those 17 areas that have specific application to your businesses. Automotive technology, precision manufacturing, certified engineer assistant, logistics, welding and joining technology. All of those have application to your businesses and your industry, and of course in many other industries as well. And they are very sought after skill sets, and we are glad that Georgia is one of those places that is dealing with supplying the needs of those who come to our state and those who are already here. Now, I mentioned the Port of Savannah and the Brunswick Port. Last year, trade between the state of Georgia and the world reached some 225 unique global markets. and was almost $129 billion in economic impact. The automotive industry in particular was a significant component, accounting for $3.5 billion worth of Georgia-made products that went through the 2 ports here in Georgia. Now, I'm told that the Port of Savannah is the leading import center for auto parts on the eastern seaboard. And of course, the Port of Brunswick, as I mentioned, is the fastest growing auto port in the southeast. But we're using our innovation and our cooperation with a number of different entities to expand the benefit of having such a great port. Just a month or so ago, we opened what we call the Appalachian Regional Port up in North Georgia. It is in Murray County near Chatsworth, Georgia. It will serve not only Georgia, Alabama, Tennessee, and I'm told it will go as far as Kentucky in its reach. What it is, it allows 18-wheelers to bring their containers and unload them onto rail cars that will take them directly to the Port of Savannah. And of course, the reverse will be true. It will cut down on cost. It will certainly speed up the time process. And for the overall health of our citizens, it is going to take about 50,000 18-wheelers annually off of our interstates. Now, we're about to open another one. That one is in northwest Georgia. We're about to open another one in northeast Georgia. I'm told its projected number of containers that it will take off the roads and put on rail cars is probably going to be double the one that is on the western side of our state. We believe that if you have a port, you ought to utilize it to its full extent. And these inland ports are doing exactly that. So, we're pleased to have you all here today. We are pleased that we have such a great relationship with the country of Japan. It is perhaps the leading country in terms of offering job opportunities here in our state and have been in that status for a very, very long time. I thank all of those representatives of the Japanese companies who have a presence in Georgia and those who will continue to grow in our state. We also welcome all of those who represent other manufacturers and suppliers who are from other countries in terms of their origin of their company locations. But we are always open for business, and many of you have taken us up on that fact. We're glad that you have come to be a part of us. We hope that you will continue to grow and to succeed. And you will find one thing about it, is if you have needs that are not being met, all you need to do is to contact the local economic development organizations in the area you may be located, or our state economic development team, which has been recognized for 2 years as the best economic development team in the entire nation. And we're very proud of that. You heard from Tom Croteau, who I understand earlier had welcomed you here to our state. I will conclude by extending you a further welcome. Come back again. If you don't come to the Super Bowl at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium, we hope you will come for business purposes or other purposes. Enjoy your stay while you're in the capital city area, at least, of the state of Georgia. Thank you.